Hello, people from around the universe! I am your host, the Italian Ace Trainer, and today we're back with the second video of my mini-series leading into the upcoming Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games. Let's get to the intro. Really quickly, before we go on to the video, I did want to give a big thank you to my amazing friend Molly for making the intro you just saw. I know that I technically thanked her in the last video, but it was just through writing on screen since I didn't have time to record anything else because the intro and the video were done at basically the same time. But now that I can record something, I'm obviously going to give her an official thank you with my words and not just some writing on screen. Today, we're going to be talking about the best of the best in Sinnoh. Minus Cynthia because, well, she's not an Elite Four member. But still, we're going to be talking about the remaining members of the league and ranking them based on which ones I think are the best. But as always, when you're ranking a group from best to worst, someone has to come in last. And in this case, that someone is Aaron. Now, I really have nothing against Aaron, other than the fact that he's the Bug type Elite Four member, which, why would you pick Bug? Like, gross. Who likes bugs? Right, guys? By the way, I'm only doing this for the bit because there are some really cool bug-type Pokemon, but for the sake of this, let's just pretend that all of them look disgusting and that no one would ever pick this type. But even outside of the baffling choice to pick Bug as your signature typing, there's nothing really too memorable about Aaron, other than he's the first Elite Four member. I mean, he's fine. I don't dislike him, I guess, but he's just kind of there, you know? Honestly, the most memorable thing about him, to me at least, is that his signature Pokemon is not Bug type. And this might be one of the only times, if not the only time, that a main NPC in Pokemon who specializes in a single typing doesn't have a signature Pokemon of that same typing. But that's about it for Aaron. Nothing too crazy. And I guess the only thing I should mention before we move on is that, like, basically everyone in the Diamond and Pearl games, his team got so much better with the Platinum version, so that's always good to see, but still not enough to put him above the number 4 spot in this list. Coming in third place, which I guess is our podium for this one, even though that's not that impressive when it's out of 4, we have Lucian. Honestly, I feel like I have even less to say about Lucian than I did about Aaron, but he's here ahead of Aaron for 2 main reasons. One, I like Psychic types more than Bug types. And 2, you technically see him outside of the league ones in the Canalave City Library, so bonus points, I guess? Seriously, I almost always forget to even meet him at this library, and if it weren't for the fact that when I was making this list, I saw on Bulbapedia that he had quotes from the Canalave Library, I would not have even remembered to bring this up. But Lucian does have some cool stuff going for him. For example, his team is pretty good. And honestly, it improves in Platinum, but it doesn't even have to improve that much because it was already pretty good in Diamond and Pearl, which is a rare sight to behold in those games. Still, the additions of Espeon and Gallade are definitely appreciated. And that does it for Lucian. Let's move on to the top 2. Coming in second place, and the first of our good half of the Elite Four, we have Bertha. She's just cool. I don't know why, I just always liked her as a character in the games. I think her team is really fun and honestly would be one of my favorites if not for the fact that when I first played for Diamond and Pearl, I had just learned about Shinies, and when I saw her female hit Powdon, for a split second I was like, oh, is that a Shiny? I'm like, oh no, that's just a female variant of it. And I'm still upset about that to this day. So that takes a couple points off of her team. Still, she has a really cool team, and it gets even better in Platinum because you're not going to tell me that adding a Rhyperior and a Gliscor over a Quagsire and a Sudowoodo isn't a massive improvement. Plus, she does have that bit of extra lore going for her where she could possibly be related to Agatha, who is also connected to Professor Oak. So that's, you know, a nice little bit extra that definitely earns her some bonus points in my book. But even with such a strong performance, she's still going to be landing in our number 2 spot. And that is mostly because our number 1 spot is my favorite Elite Four in Sinnoh by far. Let's talk about him. Yes, as all of you have figured out by now, my number one Elite Four member in the Sinnoh region is none other than Flint. I just love this man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I love his personality. I love the way that he recruits you to help his friend get out of a slump / help him not being depressed over how bored he is with Pokemon battles anymore. It's just fantastic. I mean, everything that he does I think is great, and the fact that he has one of the coolest ace Pokemon ever definitely helps. And if anyone is wondering which ace Pokemon I mean, since sometimes it almost looks like his ace is Magmortar, I obviously mean Infernape, okay? You're not gonna convince me it's Magmortar. There's no way. Flint's ace Pokemon is Infernape, and that's the end of the story. Honestly, I think he could be my all-time favorite Elite Four member, if not for the fact that his Diamond and Pearl team is so bad. Like, oh wow. I guess him and his best friend Volkner have this in common, where their Diamond and Pearl teams were by far the worst in the games, because, man, the Pokemon in here are baffling. Now, I don't hold this against him as much as I did with Volkner's team, mostly because there are 0 options with the Diamond and Pearl Pokedex for fire types. Like, actually 0. Outside of Infernape and Rapidash, there's nothing. What was he gonna use? Infernape, Rapidash, Ponyta? Like, that makes no sense. So I don't really hold this against him too much, but still, it really hurts to see a Fire-type Elite Four member have only 2 Fire types in his team. Fortunately, his Platinum team is magnitudes better. Oh my gosh, it's an actual all Fire-type team for one, but it's also all really cool Pokemon and just one of my all-time favorite Elite Four teams in any game. But that is it for my Sinnoh Elite Four ranking. And I would ask if you agreed with the list, but of course you did. I mean, what are you gonna do? Put Aaron first? No, of course not. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more Pokemon content, especially for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, then consider subscribing, as those games are only a couple days away, and when they come out, I'm gonna be playing them non-stop. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. But until then, remember to follow the way of the ace. See ya!